What's up everyone, this is Kevin Scanlon Jr., your financial tutor. And in this video, we're going to be talking about how to live for rent-free and cut what tends to be people's most expensive monthly bill, and that is rent. So this is actually going to be a real-world example of how I went from living with two roommates here in Chicago, each of us paying $1,100 in rent, to now living absolutely rent-free. So let's get started. Millennials are paying up to 45% of their monthly income towards rent, and pay close to $100,000 towards rent before they even turn 30. Which is just mind-blowing to think about how much money that truly is. Just think about how much money you'd be saving if you didn't have to spend 30 to 45% of your monthly income on rent. You could then take all those savings and invest it elsewhere into, say, other assets that generate even more income every month, and keep building that up to eventually where you don't even have to work anymore and you could retire even at a young age. Therefore, pursuing what you're really passionate about in life. Or you can take all the extra savings and buy unnecessary items on Amazon Prime. Before we get started with the video, remember to smash that thumbs up button to help out the YouTube algorithm and get even more people to live rent-free. There's one last thing to mention, and that is that the title of this video is a lie. I actually don't live for free. I actually get paid every month to live for free. So there's several ways you could do this, whether it's living for free or making money, but either way, I could then take that money like we talked about and invest it elsewhere. So the way I personally was able to achieve to get paid to live in my house every month is through what is known as a conventional house hack. So there's properties called a multifamily, and that's anywhere from a 2 to 4 unit building, and each unit has a kitchen, bathroom, and at least 1 bedroom. But in my situations, each of the units have at least 3 bedrooms. So I was able to find a property here in Chicago that was a 3 unit. So for me to own this multi-unit here in Chicago, I actually pay close to $3,000 every month, and that includes my PITI, which is my principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. So right when I moved in, I had a family that was paying me $1,100 for the lower unit, and I then renovated the top unit so I can increase the rent, and I was living in the middle unit. So if you guys want to see, I have several videos covering the top unit, and you can see here's some screenshots and videos of what it actually looked like before, and I gotta say, it needed a bunch of work. I had a lot of friends, family, and coworkers a little concerned that I was way over my head, and I don't blame them, because the shots right here speaks for itself. It looks severely outdated and needed quite a bit of capital to renovate it. And you can tell from after the renovations right here that it looks completely different, and I was able to really make this space look really nice and inviting. Therefore, I was able to increase my rent. So before I moved in, the top unit, I was actually only getting $1,300 per rent for this unit. Then after renovations, I was able to get $2,200 per month in rent. So with that right there, with the top unit and lower unit, I was getting $3,300 per month in rent. And like I talked about, my expenses every month were $3,000. Therefore, I was profiting $300 every month while living in the middle unit for free. But I wasn't satisfied. So I actually wanted to make more money, and I knew I could. So there's 2 extra bedrooms on my floor, and it's way too much space for me. So I thought, why not toss it up on Airbnb and see how much money I could make? Little did I know that I would be making an extra $1,500 per month. And if you guys are interested in potentially becoming an Airbnb host or just want to see what it's like, I made a review of my first 30 days experience being an Airbnb host, and that's going to be linked down below. But now that's 3 months later, and I'm averaging an extra $1,500 per month. So if we add it up, every month I'm getting $2,200 for the top unit, $1,500 for the 2 bedrooms on my unit, and then also the $1,100 in the lower unit, equating to $4,800 per month that I'm generating in income, while my expenses are only $3,000. So that means if I don't have any expenses or any upkeep on the house, I'm actually making $1,800 to live in this house while actually living here for free, which is just crazy to think about how big of a difference that is for my wealth. For say from last year paying $1,100 every month to now generating $1,800 every month, it's just a huge swing. I can then take all that money and invest it elsewhere, whether that's buying a new property, investing in stock dividends, or anything like that. That's going to be generating me even more income. I know I'm going to get some comments saying, Kevin, first, I don't even have enough money for a down payment on a property, or second, I don't have enough money to renovate a property to increase rents, or lastly, I don't have enough money for even McDonald's. Luckily, there's other alternatives to house hacking that don't require any money. So if you have a little bit saved up or none at all, there's other methods you can actually live for rent free or actually make money every month, and that's through rent hacking. So what rent hacking is, you're gonna lease out a property. Usually the more bedrooms, the better. So you're not buying it, you're only leasing it out. And then from there, say for example, if you have a 4-bedroom place, you're gonna be living in one of the bedrooms while renting out the other 3, and you're gonna rent out on a room basic. So you might be living with randoms, or you could be living with friends, but you're gonna rent it out per room. And then what you get per bedroom actually is gonna be more than what you're gonna be paying the landlord every month. Therefore, you're gonna be living for free or making money every month. So just to show you guys how plausible rent hacking actually is, I went on Zillow real quick for a couple minutes and found this great property. It's a 4-bedroom place in a great neighborhood close to the lake here in downtown Chicago, and they're asking $2,350 every month for the rent. So now you can take the extra 3 rooms while living in the 4th room, and then you rent out each room for $900 a piece, generating you $2,700 in monthly income. And actually the $900 per bedroom is actually a great deal for those renters as well. But after you rent out each of those 3 rooms, you're gonna be collecting $2,700 a month in rent while paying the landlord only $2,350, which is generating you $350 each month. And that's also on top of you living there for free. So if you're just a little bit creative, you can find ways to avoid paying that monthly rent and save you guys tons of money in the process. So whether it's like myself with buying a multi-unit place or even renting it out per the bedrooms, there's different ways you can live for free, and you just have to be a little bit creative about it. If you're truly serious about house hacking and living for free, I would highly recommend reading the book From Bigger Pockets, all about house hacking. Now, I'm not affiliated by them in any way, but I was a huge fan of this book. It goes into great details on how to actually house hack. It also talks about house hacking in really high demand markets, such as say San Francisco or New York, and I would highly recommend reading the book. If you guys got any kind of value from this video, please do remember to smash that like button. It really does help out the channel. Also, feel free to check out my channel. I have a bunch of videos on how to make you guys more money and save you guys more money, so make sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one, and this is Kevin Scanlon Jr., your financial tutor, signing off. Peace.